Hey guys, I'm Jason, and this is the Just Jabbering channel where we talk about different things. Today I want to talk about UFC 248 and mainly the co-main event, Joanna versus Weill. Holy shit, was it amazing. If you didn't see it, you missed out. Get to YouTube, watch the highlights, or get ESPN Plus and go watch that fight. It was a Hall of Fame performance without a doubt. It was definitely the best fight I've ever watched in person. It was amazing. It didn't disappoint at all. Those girls went out there and put everything on the line, and man, they performed. 800. 800. That's the number of punches thrown in this fight. It was insane. To throw 800 punches in 25 minutes. 800 punches in 25 minutes. They were out there throwing blows. They were banging, and it was awesome. If you enjoy fighting, enjoy watching fighting, this is where it's at, man. This really showed that the girls' fights can headline these cards. You know, their co-main event is all you've seen them at so far. This was the best fight of the night. The main event was sad to watch. Just to give you some data on it, I'm going to talk about it a little bit, but not a lot. The Israel Adesanya and Yoel Romero fight saw about 100 punches. This one, we saw 800. I think, let me back that up. It saw, the main event saw about 100 land, less than 100 land. This one had like almost 400 land, 800 thrown. It was just amazing to see. You know, they had the hell beat out of them. It was crazy. Joanna had a big, I think they called it a hematoma on her forehead. She's like Frankenstein. Man, it swelled up and kept swelling up, and it was huge. You know, they were out there, they were throwing blows. And I thought when she got that on her head, I thought it was a knee. But the commentators felt like it was a punch. They tried to show some replays of what they thought caused it. You know, there was a time where she kind of went down and Wiley's knee come up, and I thought that did it. But if a punch did that to that girl's head, man, that was a hard hit, boy. She hit her, and Joanna threw more punches. I think Joanna landed 196 punches to Wiley's 170, which is just fucking crazy on its own. But in less punches, Wiley was able to do a significant amount more damage. There was no looking at Joanna and not knowing that she had the hell beat out of her. Now, Wiley looked bad too. Joanna beat the crap out of her. You can't take 196 punches from anybody and look okay. You know, they both had the hell beat out of them. But it was fun to watch. I think Joanna got, what a hell of a thing to accomplish, but the most punches ever thrown by a contestant who lost. I thought that was interesting. Hell of a way to go out, you know, but also something kind of to hang your hat on, you know. After a performance like that, I don't see how anybody could say that she should go down in rank. They were a perfect matchup. Joanna has been the champ before. Wiley's the champ now. And watching the fight, I thought maybe Joanna was going to take the belt back. But, you know, on paper, the numbers showed Joanna landing more punches, but in a contest where damage is a factor, Wiley won. And looking at him, it was pretty obvious. Wiley, her face was so swole up, she could barely see out of one of her eyes, but Joanna just didn't even look like the same person. Frankenstein, and I'm still in that from Joe Rogan. I think he said it, man, but that's what she looked like. That poor girl's head was humongous. I always tell people I got a big forehead, you know. She had a big old forehead on her that night. But you know, it was an awesome fight. Kind of the Israel Adesanya Yoel Romero fight. It had to follow that, which was the chances that it was going to, you know, be great following that fight were pretty slim, but then they just put up a terrible performance. To be a championship bout, it was sad. In the first round, saw 7 punches get thrown. 7 punches. I think in the first 2 minutes, no punches were thrown. It actually looked, for the first couple of minutes of the fight, if you've ever seen a video of a cat and a snake, and like the snake's just kind of standing still and just kind of looking at where the cat goes, just like, you know, hey, what are you doing? And the cat's kind of bouncing around, you know, being like, hey, who are you? You know, that was what it looked like. Adesanya just bounced all around Romero as he just stood flat-footed and just kind of turned to face him. Sometimes he wouldn't even turn to face him. But it was the craziest thing to watch. It was very underwhelming. The crowd was booing. The ref was even telling him, to get in the action. You see that whenever they're on the ground or they're pinned against the fence, the ref will break them up, stand them up, whatever. But never have I seen a ref just be like, hey, y'all need to do more. I think his words were, give the judges something to judge. I don't blame him for saying it. You know, it may have been out of place. I think there were some people that were upset with him for saying that. You know, these guys have a game plan and a way of doing things, and there's a lot on the line. But you expect him to go out and perform better than that. It was very underwhelming. And it definitely, like I said earlier in the video, it really showed that now, you know, is a time where these ladies can be the main event on these cards. For a couple of the past UFC cards, I've been telling people that some of these girl fights were my favorite fights. And this one didn't disappoint. It was awesome. They got fight of the night, understandably so. Dana gave them that money, and they definitely deserved it. But, you know, they're putting on some great shows. And I was looking forward to this one. I will definitely be looking forward to the next one. Joanna has been a joy to watch so far. And I haven't seen as much of Weill, even though she's like 25-0 right now. She's a hell of a fighter, hell of a champion. But I'm enjoying Joanna, man. I've seen her fight a few times, and she's a lot of fun to watch. And, you know, both of them, they put on a hell of a show. But if you didn't see it, go check it out. Like I said, highlights won't be hard to find. You might can find the full fight on ESPN Plus too. But leave a comment. I want to talk with you about it. I want to know if you loved it, if it was the best you'd ever seen, how disappointed you were in the main event. Let's talk about it some. And check out our other videos. We've got some different stuff on there. We'd like to chat with you some. We'll see you next time. Bye.